What's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to show you 7 different e-bikes from 6 different manufacturers, and I've got quite a wide variety of bikes here. Everything from step-through commuters to dual motor folding frame to bikes that go close to 40 miles an hour to dual battery scrambler bikes. Very wide variety. If you're e-bike shopping, maybe this will give you a better idea of what you're looking for out of your bike. And we're going to do this in like a speed review format style. I'm just going to go through each bike one by one and spend maybe 1 to 2 minutes talking about the highlights about the bike. And if you decide you like that format, I've done this 2 other times with 16 other bikes. So I'll link those videos below so you can check them out. But let's get started. All right, the first bike we're going to look at is from Fabulous e-bikes. This is their Shadow Step e-bike. It is a scrambler style or moped style e-bike with dual battery packs. It has a 1,000-watt rear hub motor, and the battery packs are actually 60-volt battery packs. This is the USA version of the bike. So you get 60-volt batteries in the USA. They make this for Canada as well, and they're 48-volt batteries there. But this one's got dual 60-volt, 15-amp-hour battery packs for a total of 30 amp hours. I rode this bike for close to 50 miles without pedaling it. That's one of the standout features of this Shadow Step is just the range. It has a non-adjustable seat height. It's about 32, 33 inches on this bench seat. You got a rear rack that comes with the bike, bolted on, kind of small, but they do have this nice grab handle here, helpful for moving the bike around. Dual suspension, you got these nice big suspension shocks in the back. Again, 1,000-watt rear hub motor, plenty of power. It was strong on the hill climb, goes, I think, close to, well, it went over 30 miles an hour. I think it was like 31, 32 miles per hour on flat ground. So pretty good speed out of it. You got cool mag wheels. It's just a cool looking design. You can take this battery pack off if you only wanted to run one battery pack, and they do sell this as a single battery version as well. It's got BMX style handlebars, you got locking grips, twist throttle, 7-speed, LCD 8H display, horn, turn signals, headlights, complete lighting package on this Shadow Step bike. And I mean, I'd say standout feature of this one, comfy ride because of the suspension, great power because of the 1,000-watt rear hub motor, 28 amp on the peak of the controller, and great range, right? Huge range, a lot of battery capacity on this one. Definitely a bike I would say you're going to be riding mostly throttle only. It's not really set up for someone who wants to put a lot of input into the pedals. But if you're interested in the Shadow Step, check that one out. fab-usa.com for the USA versions and Fabulous e-bikes for the Canadian versions. On to the next one, which is the Hovsco bike, the HovAlpha in this beautiful green. It is so super eye-catching. When I was out riding this bike around, I had multiple people stop me and be like, wow, man, that's a great looking e-bike. This color really pops. I don't know if you can see it in the sunlight, but the beautiful, beautiful green color. It comes in other colors too, but I really like the green. And this is a 26x4 fat tire bike. You got a 750-watt rear hub motor. It's class 2 or class 3, you can set it up either way. And it's what I'll call a true class 3 bike, meaning that this thumb throttle over here is only going to take you to 20 miles an hour. It will not go any faster out of the throttle, 20 miles an hour only. If you want to go 28, then you've got to download the Hovsco app, go in the app, change the speed in there, accept the user agreement thing, and then it opens up the bike. So you've got to download the app, Bluetooth to the bike, change the speed in there, and then it opens up to 28 miles per hour while you're pedaling. This one I say is more set up for the folks who want to do some pedaling. Had a little bit more of a lean forward ride position on it, and you've got a torque sensor for your pedal assist. So you actually have to put pedal pressure. You got to put pressure on those pedals in order to get the motor to engage. And you're gonna have to pedal if you want to access that 28 mile per hour speed. Now it's got a battery that's integrated into the frame, 48-volt, 20-amp-hour battery pack. It's a pretty good sized battery pack. It's a hardtail bike. You do have front suspension forks though, and then you got 7-speed trigger shifters. It had Zoom hydraulic brakes that worked well. I mean, things that I thought stood out about this were just the looks of it. Beautiful looking e-bike. Decent power out of the mower, decent speed out of it, and the torque sensor functioned really well. So that is the HovAlpha from Hovsco. Check that one out if you're interested. Let's slide it out of the way. All right, now we're up to the all-new 2024 Wired Freedom. This is the Power Crowd. This is the bike for you. 60-volt battery, 40-amp controller, rear hub motor that's going to be peaking well over 2,000 watts. This thing is really, really powerful. It is a big bike as well, 26x4 fat tires, Handlebars are real tall. They're BMX style bars on there. I think it's 48 inches from the ground to the top of those bars. Minimum seat height, I think, is around 35 inches. So it's, you know, 5'7" and up, I'd say would be comfortable on this size of bike. It's got dual suspension. Right here, you've got an adjustable D&M air shock. We got 56 tooth on the front chain ring. I think it's a 1128 or 1134 in the back. So you've got enough pedal feeling to be pedaling this bike even at 40 miles an hour. And it will definitely go that. You go about 38 miles an hour on the flat. And if you hit any kind of downhill, you're going 40 plus. This bike has a ton of power, ton of speed, a lot of hill climb power, a lot of torque. If you're looking for a thrill ride, this one definitely delivers in that department. Up here on the handlebars, you've got locking grips, twist, throttle, 7 speeds, LCD 8H display. These are your buttons of control, everything over there. BMX style bars on it, very upright, tall ride position. I think this one goes for $19.99 plus shipping. So it's a pretty tough one to beat in terms of bang for your buck for the power crowd. I don't know anything else that really comes close to matching that. What else about this? It is a cadence sensor, not a torque sensor. The battery pack, again, is 60 volt, 20 amp hour. That is a lot of capacity. Rack and fenders are included, and you get Tektro hydraulic disc brakes on this one. So that's the Wired Freedom. Check that one out if it looks interesting to you. All right, now we're up to the Euphree City Robin X Plus. Euphree is constantly evolving this City Robin bike. This is the latest edition of it. They made a whole bunch more upgrades to it. It's a very, very refined e-bike. So much detail, so much time and effort, energy and thought went into this bike, every single piece of it. And it turned out really well. Commuter style bike, step through frame. You've got a rear rack that's welded on there. Nice comfy seat on it, swept back handlebars, very comfortable ride position. Locking grips, thumb shifters here. You have your own integrated phone mount, display off on the left-hand side. Comes with Tektro hydraulic brakes. It is a 48 volt, 15 amp hour battery pack, I believe in there. Tire size is 27.5 by 2.1. You've got a geared hub motor in the back, 500 watt, but peaks higher than that. I think it peaks maybe like over 1,000. It was actually pretty good with power. Did good on the hill climb, get you up to speed around town. I think it goes 28 plus on the throttle only. It's a 7-speed bike. It's got a torque sensor, beautiful blue paint job, multiple accessory mounts where you can add stuff to it. And there's just so much that went into this bike. You got a cafe lock right here, which is pretty cool. You can just, you just put the key on the other side and swing this lever and that thing goes through the wheel so your wheel's immobilized. The only bike I've ever seen that comes with a cafe lock. But they just put so much effort into every piece of this, even down to the thickness of the fenders. That was the last thing they changed, was making the fenders thicker so they're quieter and they don't bend as easy. The pedals are even nice rubber inserts in the pedals. It shifts really well. I mean, look at the wiring up here on the front. So clean. All the wiring is wrapped so neatly and goes inside the headset, the head tube there. Even the brake line goes inside there. It's such a clean look. They really did a great job on the design of this one. It's also pretty lightweight. In comparison to all these fat tire bikes, I think this one comes in right around 62, 63 pounds. Ready to go, fully loaded, ready to ride. So if you're looking for something lighter weight, this might be an option for you. It does come with a Suntour suspension seat post, which I actually removed. I took that out just to get the seat nice and low for my wife when she was riding it. I think seat height goes down to about 31 when you take that post out. So accessible, fun bike. I think the standout feature of this one is just the fit and finish. You know, I've been on over 60 e-bikes at this point. This is probably number one in terms of the quality and fit and finish of the bike. So that's the Euphree City Robin. Check that one out if that one appeals to you. Let's slide on to the next down here. All right, next up is another one from Fabulous. This is the Trail Step Elite. And this one is a 26 by 1.95 on the tire size, so skinnier tire. It is a 750 watt rear hub motor. Good power out of this bike. It had decent hill climb power, good speed out of it. It's a step through design, so easy to access the bike. It has a torque assist sensor, so the bike recognizes when you put pressure on the pedal, the motor kicks in, and then it just delivers like a constant power after that. Complete lighting package, headlight, tail light, brake light, turn signals. Very, very comfortable seat. DDK seat, has a little bit of a suspension post in it as well. It was a super comfortable ride. Got adjustable handlebars you can bring back up to you. This Pro Max adjustable stem here, you just lift that lever, just super easy. We've got locking grips. It had Zoom hydraulic brakes on it, 8-speed trigger shifters, LCD 8H display. It's getting to be a common display and I like it. It's a good one. And then all your turn signal and horn left-hand thumb throttle on this bike. And what else about it? So battery pack, I believe, was 48 volt 20 amp hours. Great range. I rode this mostly throttle only, relatively no pedaling. I think it went like 38 miles. So I'd say that's probably the biggest standout feature of this bike. Big battery pack on a lightweight skinny tire bike, so you get great range out of it. Also, you know, easy to get off and on, super comfortable ride. And this is the second bike I've shown here from Fabulous, and they make a ton of different e-bikes. Every shape, size, and style of e-bike you can imagine, they've got on their website. So great site to check out if you're e-bike shopping. There's a huge variety there. That's the Trail Step Elite from Fabulous. Let's move on to the next one. All right, now we're up to the Hanevear H100, and this is an all-wheel drive bike. We've got dual motors, so geared hub motors in each wheel, 750 watt in each wheel, and then just one battery pack hidden inside the frame there, 48 volt, 16 amp hour, I believe, but I got actually a really good range. Even though that one little battery pack is powering two motors, this had a really good range. It's a cool little bike. I mean, all-wheel drive, dual suspension. You got forks, and you also got the rear shock. Rack fenders included, folding e-bike, good speed, good power, great hill climb power out of it, and it's only 1,400 bucks. You can buy them on Amazon. So really good bang for your buck. I was pleased with the performance of this Hanevear bike. Seat height goes pretty low. You got a nice, big, huge, wide, comfy seat on it. And then twist throttle, 7-speed trigger or thumb shifter here. And then this controls your display, and you've also got your all-wheel drive button here, headlight, turn signals, and horn. So kind of a complete lighting package, headlight, brake light, tail light, everything you need. Great bike for someone who wants to try out e-biking and get a pretty strong performing e-bike in terms of hill climb power and not break the bank and spend a huge amount of money. I mean, compared to most other dual 750 motor e-bikes, this is a pretty good bargain at, I think, was it 1,400 bucks or 1,450, something around there. Fun bike, one to check out if you're looking for some bargain power. But let's slide this one out of the way. And just so you know, I've done reviews on all of these bikes. You can check my playlist for those. All right, and last but not least, we've got the Apex bike from Amp Rides, the mighty Apex. This is a very powerful bike as well. We've got a 52 volt 20 amp hour battery pack with a 40 amp controller, 1,500 watt rear hub motor, but this thing's peaking well over 2,000 watts. So again, crazy power out of this. That's a very powerful setup, and it's all in this compact little design. This is a much smaller bike. They're 20x4 fat tires. The seat goes nice and low. I think it goes down to like 31.5 inches. So a little pocket Hercules here. Nice gearing on it, 56 tooth front chain ring, 1134 in the back, so you never run out of pedal. This bike does about 34, 35 miles an hour on the level ground. Very strong hill climb power. It is a dual suspension bike. You got these cool double crown forks up front, and then you've got an adjustable D&M shock here. It's not an air shock, just the spring shock, but very comfy ride. It has a cadence sensor for pedal assist. Up here in the handlebars, you've got locking grips with the palm rest. Trigger shifter, 7-speed, KD986 display. Turn signals, horn, and then your button cluster. It's a left-hand thumb throttle. BMX style bars. I felt the bars were a little bit low. I'd probably put a stem riser in there. But other than that, pretty good ride position. This would be a great one for someone looking for a powerful bike, but they're short. They're 5'2", 5'3", something like that. This is a very powerful bike that even a shorter rider would have no problem handling. But some great styling on this bike. It's not often you see a 4-link suspension on a 20x4 fat tire bike. And you've got these cool punch outs in the wheel that give it a little bit flashier of a look. I like the overall look of this bike. It also comes in black and white. And I would say that the standout things on this one are going to be, of course, speed and power, and also that nice suspension. And you can check out this Amp Rides bike at ampridesusa.com. All right, folks, that's a never-ending sea of different types and styles of e-bikes out there, but maybe today I showed you something that piqued your interest. I will link all these bikes below so you can find them easily and research them more, and hopefully you found this video helpful, informative, maybe at least entertaining. If you did, consider hitting subscribe. Coming back for more. Thanks for watching.